Good evening. How are you? How are you?
Well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm blessed.
Your
And
hair cute.
huh?
Your hair cute.
Appreciate you for another 48 hours.
For another 48 hours.
All right.
Woo!
So tonight, so first of all, I'm gonna say I've been appreciating Serena's retirement run. And it actually kind of serves at a great sort of basis for our topic tonight, which is how to take risks without being reckless. So we've talked about, you and I talked about there are multiple approaches, right? What's
Yes.
your favorite, or how do you pursue taking risks without being reckless?
You know,
Or
I love
do you?
I love a great challenge. And go for it for me, like, taking a risk is all in. That's the risk for me. All in, and I'm motivated to make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah. How about
not
you?
not at all, not at all.
Mm.
I am the, having my butt having touched fire. I'm not a fan of it. I like a warmed booty, but I don't like one on fire. So while I'm motivated, I'm not motivated with stress. I don't care for stress in my
I
motivation.
mean, that is the colloquialism, fire under your ass, right? Yeah. It's gonna make you get up. So yeah, put
No,
it under there. It's gonna make you run.
but I think it's all a personality choice, right? And so the reality is that you can achieve what it is you want to achieve. You can either, as Tasha said, go all in, right? Or you can go a different approach, which is to pursue multiple things, refining, keeping your 9 to 5, and then creating a launch pad. But it's really a personality choice. And as you can see, Tasha and I have two very different personalities.
And it's also a lifestyle choice. I
Yeah.
don't know that I would make the same decision today to go all in on a particular venture that I did 15 years ago.
But let's just talk about that. What did you do 15 years ago?
So about 15 years ago, I decided to quit my 9 to 5 and go full in to be an entrepreneur. I went, 1099 contractor and went on to build a business with a partner.
Yeah.
And if we didn't sell, we didn't eat. And we were both motivated to live at a certain level, right? And there are different expenses when you're a full time entrepreneur. And so trying to figure out how to work that out with two people on the payroll. I mean, it's a lot, but we were motivated and we were successful. It worked.
I love that. No, I remember rehabbing houses and having a job, and I'm on my lunch hour, I would be in my suit, and on my lunch hour I would put on my Tims, and then I would go 20 minutes away and stand on a roof looking at how this roof was redone by Jorge. Okay?
So
And
for me, that is a lot of stress. The,
oh, it
the
really.
pulling, yes.
Oh yeah, no. And then I walked the roof, said, "Oh, that doesn't look right. I don't know what I'm talking about. That doesn't look right. Where are we at on this? What's going on? I'm on the site. All right, I got another meeting I got to go to." Took my Tim's off, got in my car, drove back into my office, sat down, held the meeting. No one knew. No one was the wiser.
I mean, the thing is, both ways can work.
Absolutely.
You have to make the decision and choose what's right for you.
So let's look at, we talked about, I mentioned Serena Williams at the top of the show. And listen, her father, Richard, right, went all in.
Yes.
He went all in. He bet the family. Hey, Gangsta E, how you doing?
Hey.
He went all in. He put the security of the entire family. Now his wife maintained a job,
Yeah.
but for the lessons and moving his girls to Florida, the whole nine to train, he was laser focused, locked in. And today, I don't know what women's tennis is going to do without Serena.
Right. Listen, that worked for him.
That
Some
worked.
may think that it was reckless, but it's all a matter of opinion, right?
It's all about temperament for sure.
Yes. And it could have gone a different way, but it worked. And
It
I
worked.
I do think that it's a mindset thing. We talk about manifestation and we talk about visualization, and he personified all of that, right?
Yeah.
He manifested the life that he wanted for his entire family, really.
Right. He did. Now we can talk about someone else. We can talk about Angela Yee. So it was announced about 3 weeks ago now. She's on. If people who don't know who Angela Yee
I was
is,
just gonna say, yeah, please give a little
yeah,
background.
yeah, she is the third member of the very popular
Breakfast
Breakfast Club, right? Power 105
a radio show.
radio station. They've been number one for about 12 years. They move the culture. If there's an interview to be had, if it doesn't matter, from Obama to Lizzo, okay,
Yeah.
they are on. You got to come to the Breakfast Club, and they're powerful. And so a couple weeks ago, she launched. She said that she's not going to be a guest anymore. I mean, a host anymore. She's going to launch and do her own show, something she's always wanted to do. Now, the interesting thing about Angela is that I think she's been I think she said she's always wanted this, but listen, she's been doing her own side hustles, right? She's doing a podcast called Lip Service. She does she's got her own vegetarian like cold pressed juice store in Brooklyn, right? She also is rehabbing houses. She's also hi Nan. She is also encouraging people and doing a lot of work around investments, right? And so when you think about that, like she doesn't have to do it. She's got a new coffee shop she's opening up in Brooklyn. So these are things. She's got a hairline, a hair extension line. Like seriously, I'm trying to tell you. So she could
streams, multiple irons,
multiple irons, and she did it, and she was able because she had the consistency of the Breakfast Club money.
Right.
She had a job that she knew she could do with her eyes closed. And so she was able to jump off all of those things and then say, okay, now I want to do this. Impressive.
I'm impressed. I don't know, as much about all of the things that she's doing, but I do know the show, and I'm very happy for her moving and shaking as a woman in this radio space. So that's exciting. And it's a risk, right?
Yes.
She doesn't know if that's going to be successful, but it's a calculated risk, right? And we do wish her all of the success, and
absolutely,
hopefully everyone will support the show. But it's definitely a risk that she's taken, leaving the comforts of what she knows and knows well and knows doing well to go out on her own. But in order to grow, when we've said this before, you have to step out of your comfort zone.
You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to, there's two ends of that spectrum, right? There's jumping out of the comfort zone and going hard, balls to the wall, as they say. But then there's also having analysis paralysis. Like you want to study everything so daggone much that you don't move anywhere. And you definitely don't want to be there. What you want to do, I think, no matter what you're doing, is to move. You've got to move. You've got to take action. I was having a conversation with someone today, and I was like, I think my only thing I can do is I move forward. And I know that when I take one step, God takes two steps.
Yes.
And I was listening to Sonia Curry tonight. She's written a new book, and I went to go hear her speaking to a book signing. And she talked about like when you just start moving, the doors will open. God will just show you the way. You may think you're going this way, but it may change. And it's okay. We always talk about the pivot. It's okay if you change directions, but it's to move. The goal is to move and not get stuck.
I agree. Do you have any opportunities for risk taking coming up soon for you?
I mean, I think for me, more than anything, I don't know that I'm risk taking, but I am exploring, right? I am where I am risk taking, if that's the way to put it, is I'm putting myself in positions that I don't normally put myself in, right? Like I'm planning this big event at the end of September here in Charlotte, and I'm going to work the room in a way I haven't worked the room in years. Because I have, in recent years, I've been on fallback. Like, I don't need to know everybody. There was a time I knew everyone in the room. I don't need to know everybody. But I realized that for me and us to get to some of the heights that we want to get to, I have to go back out into that uncomfortable place. Because I like being anonymous. I really do. Despite the fact that I'm on.
Go work the room, girl. Work.
I'm going to work the room. I'm going to make sure everyone knows who I am. I'm going to have my digital business card, which I need to order tomorrow. Yes. And we're here for it, right? Because as we always say, what? Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's right. You have not because you asked that.
That's right. But I think you can, right? And so I appreciate you as a partner because you are very much, hi there, Gail. Good to see you. You are very much a person who was what do you say? It's the build the plane in the air. Build it. And I'm always like, who does that?
Who does that? A lot of people do, actually. I think that it has a lot to do with faith. For me, it had a lot to do with faith. When I started my company, it was like, God is going to provide. He's going to give me the wisdom and knowledge to get through this. And that is sort of the building the plane in the air. And that's what I attribute it to. I wouldn't say that I'm, smarter than anyone else, but it's just a level of faith that I have that I know that God is going to provide.
I think it speaks to a mindset. We talk about this. You can either focus on scarcity or abundance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so if you focus on abundance as opposed to the lack of, or there's not going to be enough, or there's too many out there, or everyone's already doing it, it's not going to be successful, or the abundance of what would happen if. I think you can be transformative. And I think I applaud you. You do carry that energy very well. You know what I mean? I'm more like, I'm going to look at this logically.
I do like to wear my, rainbows and unicorns.
Listen, sometimes your rose-colored glasses are like black. You are in complete shade. And I'm sitting here like, bruh, it's a whole light out here. Watch that pothole.
It's almost that do unto others you would have them do unto you, right? I think I give the benefit of the doubt so much because I want it.
Yeah.
That's not rose-colored glasses. But either way, there are ways to take risk without being reckless, right?
There are, right.
Yeah.
And so
I'm 9 to 5 and work on it. This is what we're doing right now. We both have our 9 to 5, but we are 100% investing in this business and the growth of it. Or you can be on the other end of the spectrum.
You could be the Richard Williams of the game. Listen, it worked out.
It worked out.
And there's a whole movie about it. And, his daughters are on the court as we speak, killing and showing the world that Black girls from Compton, who they never thought could do anything.
Right.
Or take it even further back in the 70s when they didn't think that women would be a draw for tennis. I don't know what tennis is going to do. Forget the entire world of tennis. What are they going to do without Serena? Oh my goodness.
Well, they have Venus. She will pass the crown and let Venus shine.
Listen. I love Venus.
But
there's only one Venus and there's only one Serena.
I heard she did an interview yesterday and they said, were you surprised at your performance? And I was like, what kind of question is that? Like, were you surprised? And she was like, I am Serena. So you're right. Once the I am Serena goes away, we will see what happens. But
That's right.
Kudos to her. Congratulations. Black Girl Power. We love it.
Yes. So Gail said a dumb one. Yeah. That question was a dumb one.
Dumb one.
Yeah. It was. And again, and it also speaks to, And let's just talk about this really, really quickly. It speaks to what other people think to us and whether or not we allow that to enter our head and our space. She has mastered, you all have undermined me, felt like I wasn't going to make it, underestimated me all my life and as I've turned this thing upside down.
Still trying.
You still trying to undermine me. You still don't believe I am who I say I am. So you have to have a mindset. You have to have a mindset, I think, of abundance. You have to not focus on scarcity, but also move at the pace that's comfortable for you. The key is you got to move.
You got to move. And having an accountability partner
Yes.
is really helpful.
Uh-oh. I think my friend froze. But what she is saying, but you may not see her saying, is that having an accountability partner. Okay, are you there now? You froze there for a minute.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, you froze.
Oh, I saw that. I'm unfrozen now.
Yeah, you're unfrozen now. So you were talking about the importance of having an accountability partner.
Yes, that they can keep you moving and moving out of your comfort zone, which is very important.
It is.
So we have an opportunity, right?
Yes.
On Sundays.
Yes.
For all of our followers to have some accountability. It's Set It Off Sundays. It's time for us to level up. It's time for us to move and keep moving. And Sundays is the time that we've set aside. We're inviting you into our world. This is what we do on Sundays. We take time to plan our week so that we are successful for the week. We set attainable goals for that week that feed into what our larger goals are for the year. And we are inviting you to join us on Sundays. Keep moving. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. You can go to bit.ly/set it off sun, right? To join us. It's totally free. Come join the women as we set off and especially if your partner's into football and you just want something else to do or you got some free time because they're all up in football, come join us. As always, you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on our website, theaqpartners.com. And don't forget, you can always take our class, our accountability course, where you can go at your own pace. At Change the Game, you can go to bit.ly/AQ class.
Yes. So when she said that, Wendy's like, I'm into football. I was thinking, well, Wendy is not the one because Wendy loves football.
So does Gail. So does Gail.
Where we're not going to catch them on Sundays, but stay engaged with us here on Thursday. But then Thursday is also football too, right? Listen, you can email us.
All right, that's going to do it for us this evening. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Tasha.